Okay, so if we have our data set ready, the topic ready on which I want to work, now this is a kind of thing that we try to create. What is that? I want to create various options which helps me display my file, add new records to the file, delete records, search by columns. Like if I give a particular column name that this is the data I want for all my rows, it should be able to give me. Search by row, I give a particular ID and it is able to display me the data. Display one bar graph. I have not given here options for multiple bar graphs. Like iske andar sub menu ka option I have not given yet. And display a line graph. So this is what we have learned in basics. I have not talked about adding a new column because if you keep on adding records and then do it simultaneously, add record, add column, then you have to keep track. उसका कोड अलग तरीके से बनेगा because आपका रो इंसर्ट extra row insert हो गया. So when your column is adding new column information, so the number of entries will be more. Delete हुआ, number of entries will be less. So that is kind of a dynamic thing we have to do. I am not really, that is why going into that particular part. Deleting of the whole row together and adding a new record to my data set. Then I can do a little bit of searching and then I can do my graphs. Okay. Now, first thing first, of course, I talk of importing two files, two libraries here. One is your pandas and one is the matplotlib.pyplot. That's my first import to be done. Second, I am supposed to read my CSV. Okay. This I explained in the last class that I can have this as a parameter index underscore call to identify any one of the columns of the CSV file as a index. Because ultimately my searching will be based on the index only, my insertion and all that. Index is important for me. I don't want to go by the default index. I want to go by my index. Okay. Now, let me share first the simple file which I have taken as a base file for me. It's actually not a downloaded file. I've just created a CSV myself in Excel and I'm using that. I was working on the other aspect also, ki ek downloaded file pe where I've, this one is my downloaded file, but I couldn't complete it in the morning. I'll send you that particular stuff also. Now here I have downloaded a file based on the crimes on women in India. Okay. And it's an year-wise data. This is a genuine data I have downloaded, but yeah, there were a lot of other things which I have removed from the file. So it's like year-wise crime data, 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. And it is the number of rape cases, abduction, dowry deaths, assault. So this is a proper information which I have downloaded from a site and this is a CSV data. Okay. But this has got multiple numeric options to project that I want to have 2017, 18, 19 compared in terms of rape cases or abduction cases. Okay. So is tarah ka kuch if I want to do with multiple numbers. Okay, one point I forgot to tell you. When you download your CSV file, make sure you at least have one numeric data so that I can use it for this thing graph. Okay, you will definitely have whatever you download, you will definitely have some numeric data. But when you delete the columns and create your own set, keep one numeric column at least. Multiple, okay, no problem. But keep at least one column so that you have at least something to display easily on your graph. Textual matter ko to hum graph pe nahi dikha sakte na. So numeric information hoga, so that will be easily projected in the graph. So keep that thing in mind. Okay. So this is a proper file which, and on this I started working on it, but then I couldn't complete that. Okay. So as of now, I keep it on a very simple note, like I'm getting some teacher details or student details or anything which you can find out. Himanshi, this is for the project work. This is not coming for your practical exam. But in the practical exam, a little bit of viva you can expect from this. So it's important that you do that code yourself so that you know what you're doing and you can justify. Okay. You will not be asked to recreate the code again. that will be a practical aspect, practical exam mein something else would be there, but your project will not be asked to be recreated, so don't worry about that. It will be just viva, just to know that yes, you have done it yourself, and it's a simple code. I am 100% sure that you will not have troubles in it. Okay, so this is the data I'm going to consider. I just keep it minimized here in front of me so that any point of time I can refer. Okay, now I'm back to my code. Let us understand this code now. Okay, so what I expect my user to do is that I kind of import the file myself. Okay, keeping one thing here in mind, that I want my T code to be the index. Can you see this T code? Because I want to do the searching on T code.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
decide on a file, I mean on a field, on a column that you want to keep as your index.
Ma'am, if we do not specify this as the index, will this code consider it as a column?
Yes, and then it'll take default 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, ma'am.
Then T code will be a column. You want to handle like that, it's okay. There is no issue with that. Okay, but I would prefer that you take any one column which is your unique field, ID kind of a thing, and keep it as my index column. If you do not give this, no problem. Your machine will take it as one of the columns, and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 will be your indexes. Okay, so default data frame uthata hai. Now, one more thing to be pointed here, your path has these slashes, and slash has a special meaning in Python. Okay, it is used to give escape characters, escape sequence characters. So it has got a special meaning. In order to cut that special meaning, we have to give twice. अगर हम in general कहीं पे भी लिखते हैं, we write the drive name colon backslash first folder name, second folder name से पहले backslash, another backslash, like single backslash. But when I want it to be part of my code, what I have to ensure is that I put a double backslash, because a single backslash has a specific meaning in Python. To override that meaning, I have to tell him that I have to give 2 backslashes to him, so that he says, "Acha, theek hai." The second backslash is okay, that you want to say that yes, there is a backslash there. Okay. So that is why these 2 backslashes are important. If you give a single backslash, it will not work. So throughout the path, jitne bhi subfolders hain aapke, you have to give a double backslash there, and then end it by the name of the file. And here the extension is important. When you open it in Excel, when you open it in Notepad and save it, it is not required, because file type you are mentioning, है ना? File type you are mentioning, so automatically वो default में picks up the extension. Okay, but here
Ma'am,
to the
you
system,
made this path or yourself, or did you copy it from there in
I wrote it. I wrote it myself. I wrote it myself. That my file, this particular file, is there in this folder, G drive data CSV folder. ठीक है? This is the
Ma'am,
file.
can't we copy from property?
Yes, you can copy from property also. Usme you will not have the double slashes that you will have to add. You
Okay,
can
ma'am.
very well copy from this part. ठीक है, अब इसमें देखो फाइल नेम भी नहीं है, एक्सटेंशन भी नहीं है, बट हाँ पाथ पूरा
एक्सटेंशन भी कॉपी करना पड़ता है.
हाँ, ठीक है, तो वो आप पूरा पाथ उठाओ एंड गो टू योर कोड एंड पेस्ट इट हियर. अब इसमें क्या क्या चेंजेस करना पड़ेगा, इसके बाद यू वांट टू डेटा सीएसवी के अंदर आई हैव माय फाइल, सो अनदर बैकस्लैश एंड द नेम ऑफ द फाइल विद द एक्सटेंशन. फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकंड थिंग, all these single slashes will become double slashes. That is it. You can copy the path and put it here, no problem in that. Okay, and then comma, this argument index underscore call, telling him that this is the column for the concerned index. Consider this as my index. Okay.
You had in this code, you had ID as the ID as the 1000 and
T code. I have T code as my ID. I want.
okay.
Okay. So I've taken T code. In the other file which I was
Whatever we put as index will be in our CSV file. Whatever we use the name as index, we will put that instead of the T code.
whatever column you want to take. Like in women, if I take, I'll try to work with crime as my column name, because ये unique होगा. I'll not have, rape put twice. I'll not have abduction put twice. है ना? So this is going to be a unique thing for me. Generally, ID should not be text based, because what happens is when you have to type in for any kind of search or any kind of thing, then spelling mistake or different spelling, American English and this English, then you've got capital small cases, ये सब issue रहता है. So generally we prefer a numeric ID, but it's not possible always. So it can be a combination of number and text also. It can be a single only string or only numeric also. It completely depends upon your data and the way you want to use it. Okay, but it should be something by which I'm able to uniquely identify my record. That's the basic concept of key, and that is what we have to keep in mind. Rest is okay. It can be any type. Okay, so that part is first to be done. Next is we have to understand the structure of the code we create. Options तो ठीक है, code भी समझ में आ जाएगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है इसके code में. What I want is my working should be that I display him the menu. Okay, I ask him the choice. Okay, what do you want to do? After he's given me the choice, I do that work and I'm back to my menu. Okay, so let me show it to you. I feel that when I show it to you here through the IDLE, it is more easily understood. So I'll show you the output first and then I'll take you to the code so that you can understand the code better. This was the second module I was trying to work with. Let me take you to the first one only, which currently we are working with. This I'll make the changes and send it. Okay, now this is the same code. What is there? I've just copy pasted in your Jupyter, same thing. But when I run it, okay, so this is the thing I'm going to get. Okay, display the data, adding new record, deleting search and this search, and display this graph and that graph, and exit. So anytime I want to come out of the menu, I give a option 8 and I'm out. Okay. Now other options pay what exactly I'm expecting as my output is that, okay, if I say display, yeah, if I say choice 1, my entire data is displayed, you can see, and my menu is back. So this is like a repetitive loop. The menu is part of the loop and the entire working based on the menu is in the loop. How do I come out of the loop? I come out of the loop only when I press option 8. So option 8 may I have given the code for him to come out of the loop. Otherwise, this loop is an never-ending repetitive loop की menu दिखाओ, menu में से choice लो, choice में जो करना है करो. Again back menu दिखाओ, choice लो, what needs to be done, do that. Okay. Like here I say, okay, I want to search by a particular row. So I go choice 5. Enter the teacher code you want to search. I'm saying 103. My data for 103 is displayed and immediately the menu is displayed for the next work. Okay. Here again, I want to say, okay, display me a graph. So it displays me a graph. Okay. And when I'm going to come out of it, again, my menu comes. So this process continues. How do I come out? I come out only when I press exit. Okay, this is the working I actually need. Now, in order to do it, how am I going to actually work with that? There is this loop which is called as while loop. We have done few codes on for long time back. I don't expect you to remember it as of now. There are two loop structures in Python which we use. Number 1, for loop, and number 2, while. Okay. For has a limitation that we generally, I should not say limitation, it has been designed in such a manner that for is supposed to be used when you know the number of times you want the code to execute in the loop. That's why it's called a counting loop structure. Okay. Up here, I don't know how many times this, the menu and the work the user will want to do. So I cannot go for the for loop, because here my वर्किंग इज डिपेंडेंट अपॉन यूजर्स इनपुट. यूजर ने बोला ऑप्शन 1 तो करो, ऑप्शन 2 तो करो, ऑप्शन 3 तो करो, ऑप्शन 7 तो करो, ऑप्शन 1 तो करो, 8 तो 12. So it is user dependent loop when to come out, right? So I cannot go for a for loop. Now, how does a while loop look like? While loop is very, very similar to the basic structure of loop, which says while the condition in the bracket, colon, and the entire thing what you want him to do inside the loop in the indented form. Can you see the indent? The whole code is little on the right side, है ना? तो जो portion आपका right side में है from your line, that you know is part of your code of the loop. And here the whole part is part of the loop because मैंने और कुछ किया ही नहीं है इसके अंदर. ठीक है? So that is why and that is how I use my while. Number 2. Now condition क्या देना है इसमें? I have to say either जब तक choice 8 नहीं होता है तब तक चलो, है ना? लेकिन चॉइस तो हम पहले उससे ले ही नहीं रहे. हम पहले मेन्यू डिस्प्ले करेंगे, उसके बाद चॉइस लेंगे, फिर तो चेक करेंगे वो 8 है या नहीं. Isn't it? So ऐसे केसेस में in these kind of situations we go for a infinite loop condition to be given here, because I am going to give a condition to him that when the choice is 8, break. I don't remember whether we did break statement in 11th or not, but break statement is actually meant for you to terminate the loop. कहीं पे भी उसको ब्रेक मिलेगा किसी भी लूप में, whether for or while, the loop terminates. It's called as an unconditional jump because it is not jumping out of the loop based on the condition of the loop basically, है ना? Unconditional, कहीं पे भी उसको ब्रेक करा दो वो बाहर आ जाएगा लूप के. So this is a statement which takes you out of the loop and I have to give a condition. If I don't give this condition, this will become an infinite kind of a thing. चलता रहेगा वो. Okay? But because I want to make it infinite, hence I will say that my condition is true. Loop कब तक चलता है? जब तक condition true है. अब condition नहीं पता मुझे यहाँ पे. I don't want to give a condition. ठीक है? तो हम क्या करेंगे? We will use the Boolean value true. That machine, you understand कि ये condition true ही है. आपको condition check करने की जरूरत नहीं है. I've given you the output of the condition, which is true, and that is a permanent true here for me. Okay, so hence when I want to devise these kind of menu based programs where the exit is based on a choice and it is based on some input of the user, we generally write these kind of while true loops. Okay, so that is the significance of this while true. Condition indefinitely true hai for the machine to execute. Okay, but ऐसे cases में do not forget to put somewhere this break, otherwise it will become an infinite loop. You cannot come out of the loop in that case. Okay, now this is a simple menu I have created. When you keep on adding more options or make sub menus, the kahani goes a little different, but as of now I've made a simple menu for display, add, delete, search and displaying of graphs. Okay, it's a normal print statement. I don't think there is any issue in this particular set of statements. Any issue in this particular set of statements?
No, ma'am.
Sure, I hope it is the same for others too. Now, when I have displayed this, I will ask for a choice. This is ch because I'm used to giving the variable name as ch for choices. It can be any damn variable name. It's just a variable name. Int because I expect the user to enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 only. I don't expect him to write anything other than that. Int. Now, of course, I'm not doing validation checks here that if user enters anything else, तो आपका program handle कर ले. Those codes will become little complex. I'm not really going into those codes. I'm assuming that my user is little intelligent enough to understand. At the maximum, you can give him a message saying 1 to 8 enter. Please enter 1 to 8. Won't enter any other value. This tarah ka message I can give, but I'm not doing much of data error handling in this. Okay. So you take up a value from the user 1 to 8 ke beech mein, and that gets stored in ch. Now what I have to do? I have to check if the choice is 1. This I believe everybody understand the if-elif structure. We had done questions in 11th of this part of this kind. Now if choice is 1, then I simply display the entire data frame. I've not really done any formatting to it. You can say, you can add some lines if you want to make it look good. Print the teacher details in this case. Teacher detail. Heading जैसे देते हैं ना, कुछ भी ऐसा for the year. Depending upon your data that you can add for the year. Whatever that you want to do, that you can do. Otherwise, we are directly printing the data frame here. So one choice is done. Okay. Choice 2. Choice 2 क्या है? Choice 2 is adding a new record. Okay. The code is actually very simple. If I take you to this thing, very bad way of coming to the shell, but anyway. Now suppose this is my data frame. Okay. Oh, why am I doing it here? I'm supposed to do it in Jupyter only. Sorry. Okay, so if I say print df, am I doing it wrong? Okay, come on. हाँ ठीक है, takes little time, इसलिए मैंने इसको करके रखा था कि execution में takes little time at times. Don't get hassled, it takes little time. इसको ऑन करके छोड़ दो 2 सेकंड के लिए, आ जाएगा अपना. So this is my data frame. ठीक है. Now how do I insert records into it? The best तरीका which we have learned is df dot loc brackets open the index value which you want to insert, the new index value is equal to, and then in square bracket like a list you will add the data, name of the teacher, department and salary. If it is a text value, it will be in quotes. If it is a numeric value, it will not be in quotes. That is a fundamental rule we follow. So supposingly I am saying Pius English and 35,000. Okay. That is a basic simple way to insert data into a permanent insertion. Added, right? Now this when I want to do in the form of that user gives me the details. So what code have I written here? Enter the teacher code, enter the teacher name, enter the teacher department, enter the teacher salary. So 4 values हम user से ले लेते हैं. Code, name, department, salary. Because name, department, salary is my data and teacher code is my what? Index. वो भी चाहिए. ठीक है? And now I think you can imagine why I have asked you to keep less number of input, less number of columns, because जितने columns होंगे उनका input आपको लेना पड़ेगा ना when you want to create a new record. So don't keep it too big. You'll need more time to write and all that. Try to keep it small but relevant. Exactly समझ में आ जाएगा कि हम. Yeah.
Supposedly if if we are putting the teacher name and then obviously the one who uses the code will not put it in double quotes. Then when you have given the code df.log, then
good question, Namesh. The issue is that when you are accepting the data using input, automatically the data is in string format, na?
Yes, ma'am.
So my issue resolved. Okay. So I take the input from the user. N is in string format automatically. That is why for T I have to change, and hence I use int here. Good question.
Okay,
Immediate जो आना चाहिए था reaction. Great. So अब हम इसको directly these data is in the format of the concerned thing, like T is in number and S is in number and N and D are in string, because T has been taken with int like input and then converted to int. You can make it float also depending upon how your data is. And then salary is also, I have taken int only. You can take float also, no problem. You can take eval also, no issues. Okay. Now what have I done? I have interpreted this particular method of doing my work. Again, I'm sorry, here only I did it. Anna, this is a variable सो df डॉट लॉक स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स के अंदर वेरिएबल आ जाएगा, फिर स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स के अंदर इसकी जगह पे एक वेरिएबल कॉमा, इसकी जगह पे एक वेरिएबल कॉमा, इसकी जगह पे एक वेरिएबल. So that is what I am putting here. df.loct is equal to nds. n में उठाएगा वो नेम, d में उठाएगा डिपार्टमेंट एंड s में उठाएगा सैलरी. They are in the concerned format, so there is no problem at all. Okay, when I execute the code, because it is like getting added and I'm not printing कि हुआ नहीं हुआ, it's not going to show me. So I add a message saying record successfully added, so that the user gets to know कि अच्छा हो गया, my work is done. How do I confirm? I will again have to go and check the display. So let us do this much and see. So it is displaying me the menu and asking me the choice. So I say add a new record. अब देखो, my Pritha is not added at this point. Oh, sorry, my new 104. Why? Because the code has started from the beginning. So whenever you execute the code, my original teacher.csv will be there. ठीक है, don't get confused कि मैंने डाला था डेटा कहाँ गया. जब आपने उसको बाहर आ गया आप उसमें से, and again you start, तो कोड शुरू से रन हो रहा है. शुरू से रन हो रहा है मीन्स ओरिजिनली दोबारा से वो teacher.csv को उठा रहा है. तो teacher.csv में इतना ही है. Okay, so don't get worried about that. So I say choice is 2. So it is asking enter T code. I'm entering 104. Teacher name, suppose Namesh. Now here putting in capitals and all that is your wish, whichever way you want to do. Enter department is suppose in the English. And my salary is around 35,000. Okay. Right now, ऊपर देखो, record successfully added has been shown after this 35,000 and the menu is back. Okay, now how do I check? And it's part of the same program is executing. I've not come out. Okay, so because I'm part of that execution, going on execution, hence when I will ask him to display the data, my data will be added up. I'm working in this particular same set itself. ठीक है, नीचे वाले को ignore करो because वो मैंने अलग से दिखाया था. ठीक है, so यहाँ पे when I executed, the menu was displayed. I entered choice 2, so it added the data. It asked for the data, then it added successfully. Then again the menu was displayed. Then again I said okay, choice 1, and then it has displayed me this entire thing with 104 as my new data. Okay, so my data has been added. Supposingly, I want to go for a search by row. So I'm saying option 5. Enter the teacher code you want to search. Let me see. Actually, मैं वो ढूंढ के निकाल पाता कि निकाल पाता 104. And I go up and see, yes, the details have been shown to me. So data has been inserted, data has been displayed, data can be searched. Let us search as per a particular column. So I'm going search by column. Enter the column you want to search. I want to search the teacher names. So of course, you know, Python is sensitive about these names and capital small. So for my ease, I kept everything small. Now you want to make it look good, then you have to keep the headings as capital or baki code aapko small mein likhna padega. So these things, otherwise keep everything in small. That's okay. Right? There are functions by which you can convert the data and use it. Very simple functions, upper, lower functions are there. If we get time, we'll work on it. But as of now, I'm not making these things compulsory because you'll have to devote more time to it, which I don't want. Jitna basic hai utna karo. Okay? So T name and the details of T name comes with the index. वो तो होता ही है जिस तरीके से मैंने use किया code में. How am I used it? Let us go now. So my choice 1 display was simple print दिया. ठीक है? Choice 2 was accepting the data and using this LOC method to insert the data. Next is, I'm coming to the delete one. Next was the column to search and teacher code you want to search. They are also very simple. Column अगर मुझे किसी भी उसका देखना होता है तो what is the method? Name of the data frame, square brackets के अंदर column का नाम है ना? If I show it to you here, this is my DF. I am saying DF. I want to see departments. Of course, it will be in quotes. Okay. अरे enter से नहीं चलेगा भाई. I don't know why my machine takes time to execute this kind of a thing. I really don't understand. It happens in your cases also.
No, ma'am, it only takes time to like make the data frame first.
First time, na?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what, I don't know why it takes time in my case. That's why I am so fond of my ideally. अच्छा बच्चा है ना, फटाफट चलता है. चल, I'll show it to you here. Right? Now what I have to do, this is dynamic. This user has given me in a string format in my code. Okay, so I accept that from the user and then go and display it to him. Why is it displaying? Anyway, let's first see it. Yeah, here's my code, which is simply that input se liya maine column name, that is in string format, so the data goes in C in string format itself. So my codes are not, I mean, part of the data itself. You can say like that. So directly mentioning the column name will do the search. Okay. Searching for a particular teacher, df data frame name dot loc and bracket ke andar. I've taken the same variable here and here. You can take different also. There is no issue with that. And I use the thing with LOC. LOC के साथ देते हैं तो index दो तो directly that record is fetched. And for columns, this is the most easiest method. There are other methods also. This is the most common and the easiest method. Single column extraction. And for single row extraction, this is the most easiest one. Okay. So these two options we have as option 5 and option 6. Coming down to now plotting. Now I have just given a basic plot and show. मैंने कोई label, no title, no coloring, no legend, no grid. All the formatting which we had learned, I have not added it. I just wanted to show that this is how you can show your plot. Plus, what I have done is I have tried to do it using this method, the bar graph. Because again, this was my simplest thing because I had only one column of number. One column of agar number hai and you use the df data frame name dot plot kind is equal to bar for bar graph, then automatically the index becomes the row or the x-axis, sorry, the index becomes the x-axis and the numeric values of the data frame, jo bhi, even if not one, if you have multiple, then line mein to multiple lines aa jate hain, but in bar, then it becomes a problem thing because overlap kar deta hai wo bars ko. So if it is a single column of number, then automatically that column is picked up and plotted. It's all default setting pe chalta hai. Okay, if you do it like this. But yes, we have learned the other methods also that you extract a particular column, whichever you want, and set it as your X and extract a particular column and then set it as your Y and then plot it. That option is also there. Okay. Plus, there are little more options because I just have one number, one numeric value as my field, and I can only plot this as my graph. So I did not give a sub menu. Now, obviously, when you work with some other data where you want to plot multiple things also, then you can have a sub menu too. Okay, that I'll show you here when I change the code out here. But as of now, let us try these two options also once we have tried all. Now, in my case, what should happen with this code of bar graph? I would be having 100, 101, 102, 103 as my x-axis values, and my y-axis values will be the salary values. Okay? Color by default bar ka hota hai Python mein, you have pandas mein, you have it as blue. Okay? And all other normal formats of labels and all will come. Fine, no title as such. The basic legend aata hai, that will automatically come. So let us execute and see this part too.
If we give the specifications, will it work?
Of course, it definitely works. Now let me give the choice as 6. So I am talking about a bar graph in my case, and this is how it has come. See, automatically, मैंने उसको x-axis नहीं बोला कुछ भी, है ना? Indexes को automatically the x-axis में it has plotted, taking the ID as the name of the thing, x-axis. Salary value has been automatically picked up and projected. But yeah, there's no title. There are no other things, which formatting things you can do. That you will have to add. And similarly, for the line graph also, if I go for the line graph, in that case too, this is how you're getting. By default, indexes are here, and then the data of salary has been plotted as a line graph. I've just shown the default setup. You want to keep this much, there is no problem. You want to change over with variations, you can definitely do. But at least do this much, at least. Okay. Now I'll show you a little about the sub menu. अगर तुमको multiple graphs दिखाने हैं, I mean you want to show, or how do you implement a sub menu? There is no harm in learning that too. Acha, before that, this deletion. Okay. Again, deletion maybe I have not picked up the column deletion. That is also possible, because column deletion ke baad, if you come back and try to implement the row addition, it will be problematic, because then your column will not be there, but you'll be accepting all these values. So the dynamicity we cannot incorporate out here, because that needs a lot of other things also to be implemented. So we have to keep things which are simple and straight, right? So here I have choice 3. Now, the way I used to delete my row or column in data frame, if anybody remembers, used to be the drop function. Okay? And the drop has to be given basic two values. Number 1, which is very important, that is the axis. If you do not mention the axis, it goes for rows automatically. But if you mention the axis, then you can make it for column also. Axis 0 is for row, which is the default value. So even if I wouldn't have given axis equal to 0, this code should have worked, because I'm deleting a row only. If you want to delete a column, you go for axis equal to 1. First thing. Second thing, here you have this T for me is the name of the index value, or the index value, as I say. It's a numeric value, so I should not say name. The teacher code, which is my index value, which I accept from the user, which I want to delete. That is my T. Okay? Int form में लिया है, and the data is there in int form itself, so I know that I am going correct. Now here I'm going to write df.drop T, comma, axis equal to 0. Now, this is going to do a non-permanent deletion. If I want a permanent deletion, I have to add one more parameter to it, which is in place equal to true. Okay. Now you want to make it a permanent deletion permanently. Okay. There is no problem in that. But what I have tried to do is that I have taken another value from the user asking for it. Do you want to do you want to actually delete it? So are you sure you want to delete it? If he says yes, so I take it in a variable called as confirm. Again, this is just a variable name. You can take any name. If the confirmation is Y or capital Y, small y or capital Y. Now, I have not kept many variations to it. कि वो yes, Y, ES भी डाल सकता है, capital Y, ES भी डाल सकता है. Not that. I have mentioned, please enter small y or capital Y, or small n or capital E. But I'm only checked for that if the confirmation is either small y or the confirmation is capital Y, then go for the permanent deletion. And because it doesn't give me any output when I do this command, I have to show this display to tell the user that your record has been deleted. Again, how he can cross check? He can display the thing, go back to the menu and display the thing and check that yes, it has been done or not. Okay. Now, एक चीज you might have in your mind that मैम आपने यहाँ print नहीं दिया है, but इस वाले drop में print क्यों दिया है? ठीक है, उसका एक reason है. Let me show it to you. अरे यार. कोई मुझे प्रसाद बता सकता है that why isn't it executing for me? Anybody? It doesn't seem to be. Happy. I get sick over this. That's why I don't use Jupyter. I don't know why isn't it executing it. Baki on that code is executing. I don't know why.
Ma'am, as it's showing, so it means, ma'am, some previous line hasn't been executed yet.
Oh, is it?
Yes, ma'am, it's showing a star. Otherwise, it would show a number, like it's the output
Line number. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, which one has not been executed? Achha, this is not complete. That's why it is not coming to that.
Yes, ma'am, you have to
Oh,
fill this.
Thank
After
you.
you fill this, then it will
Thank
come.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. चलो अब हम exit कर जाएं इसमें से so that I can check it out on that part. So I am out of it. अच्छा बेचारा, I thought he can do dynamic, one code executing and simultaneously the other one. Sorry. आ गया. Thanks beta. Thank you beta. Okay, so what I was expecting to check is the deletion, right? Okay. Now this is my DF. So I talk of deleting a particular record. Suppose 103 I'm saying. So मेरा method क्या है delete करने का? I'm not using a print statement here. ठीक है? Just see the difference. df dot drop brackets open. Suppose I want to delete 103. Okay. It is a row based thing itself. So if I say access equal to 0, okay, even if I don't say access equal to 0, मेरा 103 delete हो जाना चाहिए. ठीक है. Now, did you see that it immediately gave me an output? Immediately means इस code का output is coming to me. Display में आ रहा है, right? You want that thing to happen, then you have to use that print command in the code. If you do not do the print command in the code, then the output will not be shown to you. So you just said, okay, enter the code you want to delete. उसने enter करा. फिर you did not show the print also. तो अब वो drop कर दिया उसने, but no output. So you don't know that whether the thing has been deleted or not. Okay. So what we have tried to do is we have captured this drop statement with the print so that this data is displayed to me कि drop के बाद ऐसा है. Are you sure you want to delete it? Okay. So then I ask for the confirmation and then I go for the permanent thing. Permanent जब आप कर रहे हो उसको in place equal to true, then print is not required because at that time it is not going to give you an immediate output. So when you do an in place equal to true, that is I pick up the same thing and I take it up as in place equal to true and I execute it. No output. Okay, how do I go and check whether it has been done or not? For that, I will have to print and check. And I see that it has been deleted. Many of you were having this issue also when you were doing the practical exam. कि आपको दिखा नहीं कि वो output में हो चुका है delete already, and you were then later trying to do something or trying to delete again. It would give me an error, ना? That ID not found, and you people got confused कि अरे ये delete हुआ नहीं हुआ क्या हुआ मुझे error क्यों दे रहा है? Because वो immediately delete हो गया. देखो अब आ गया ना error. 103 not found. Face na? Many of you face this error in the practical exam also. When we do in place equal to true, which is a permanent deletion, no output is displayed. That we have to be sure. We have to print the data frame to check whether it has been done or not. Okay. And when I do not do in place equal to true, then there is an immediate output. Without that data, it will show you whether you're deleting a column or a row. So in order to capture that thing, कि अच्छा ठीक है deletion के बाद वो क्या दिखेगा, that is why I have added this thing in the code, that print statement when there's a non-permanent deletion, and then further I ask you want to delete, if yes, and then I kind of do it. So it's like a double check. Validation यहाँ डाल दिया मैंने छोटा सा because I found this was easy for you people to handle. Right? So that is how this whole story is going to work. For your project, this much is minimum. The code is not much. You can see it's hardly this much code. But the way you make your project file is going to be, you are going to give the code, you're going to give a slight description of the data set you're using. Okay. Of course, your front page will be the name of your project. Give a good, interesting name of your project and made by this person. Second page is going to be introduction about your, you want to put an index, you can put that also. Otherwise, your index contents will be like introduction about the project. So that will be about your data set, that what exactly have you you want to work with. Okay, that is going to be there. Then the code and then the output screenshots. Output screenshots will be कि एक एक menu को execute किया and उसका output लिया with the menu. When you don't want to keep every time, it's okay. You can just have the outputs further on. पहली बार menu रख लो and then the outputs further on. And then take a screenshot of this and paste. So ultimately, it's going to be a Word file converted into a PDF where you paste these screenshots of your code and execution, both. Output basically. Okay? Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Others, everybody, please show me a thumbs up so I know that you've not slept off. Quickly. Okay, only 6 people. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10. Everybody has to tell me that yes. Any issues, any problem, ask. I know अभी लगेगा समझ आ गया, जब करोगे तो problem आएगी. So for that I'm available on phone, no problem. And of course I'll share this recording also so that you don't have any problems. But I will not share the code directly because then there's a tendency to copy paste, which I don't want. Okay? So try it out for your own self. Then you will not have any issues in the Viva if you do it with your own hands. Believe me. गलती होगी, it will take little time. That's why I've kept the code simple. छोटा सा बनाओ, लेकिन अपने आप बनाओ. So that you know what you have done and there's no issue and there's no घबराहट and there's no problem when you are going for the Viva. जितना किया है, हाँ, yes sir, yes ma'am, whosoever takes your Viva, that this is what we have done and I'm sure that I've done it myself. Okay, this much is there. This much, do this much. Anybody who wants to go further with the graphs, with some input and all, maybe I can take another class in January. I'm not there in December in Delhi. So once I'm back in January, I can take another session when you want to have some Divija PowerPoint presentations. Actually, you can make. I will not say no, but ultimately you need a submission done. So PowerPoint से भी you can convert it into a PDF and submit, no problem. But I think PowerPoint में just करने में you will take more time. Word में direct फटाफट paste करके crop करना है बस, है ना? PowerPoint में तो slide by slide में आपको adjust करना पड़ेगा size को. Visibility भी होना चाहिए. So that is why I believe Word is going to be faster work. But you want to have a PowerPoint also, no problem. Ultimately, it has to be a PDF uploaded on your assignment, on your GCL. Because that is like a record for us. If CBSE asks for hard copy submission, then we will ask you to print. Then again, PowerPoint will be difficult.
Until when do we have the time?
You have the entire holidays for yourself.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Because once we are back from the holidays, the project discuss करने का time नहीं होगा. So I want that you finish it up within these holidays itself. We have our syllabus to complete also, and we have time maximum till second week of Feb. I think that circular you have received. You have to finish the syllabus, revise and do all that. So I don't think you'll get time. And there's a small practical file also to be created based on certain questions, but we are not sure because अगर first term में PDF हमने बना लिया है उसका for the pandas, it is going to be the same thing in second term also. Let me get that confirmation, then I'll ask you. But that will not be also much work because project is the main thing for second term. Okay, so work on this only and try to finish it peacefully during the vacations. Okay, am I clear with it?